We're now going to turn to our first round of questions, and I'll begin. I'd like to first drill down a little bit onto the CDFI bond guarantee program. We noted Senator Menendez, who is joining us today, worked on this back at the beginning, started this back at the beginning of during the Great Recession. And yesterday, Senator Rounds and I introduced a bill that would reauthorize and update the bond guarantee program. And as was mentioned in your testimony, our bill would reduce the program's loan size requirements so that it could be more accessible to smaller CDFIs and for smaller community development projects. Mr. Altman, let me turn to you first. Could you share some examples with us of how the changes that Senator Rounds and I are proposing might help get more capital into the hands of smaller CDFIs and ultimately into the communities that they serve?
Sure. Thank you, Chair Smith. The bond guarantee program is a vital program in the CDFI toolbox, yet it's only been used by about 26 CDFIs. And the biggest barrier to utilization has been the need to either come together as a group to obtain a $100 million bond, or to be a large enough organization that a balance sheet can support $100 million in debt. And so that's limited the CDFI bond guarantee to really the largest CDFIs in the country. And in a few cases, there have been groups of CDFIs that have come together. But it's very difficult because if one CDFI in the group decides that it has to wait, that can just make the program inaccessible for all the other CDFIs that are coming together. So by lowering the bond size to 25 million, we believe that many more CDFIs will be able to to access this vital program. And why is it so vital? It provides very low cost, long-term debt to the balance sheets of CDFIs, so it can be used to match fund long-term assets, particularly in affordable housing, daycare, and other facilities that need long-term financing. So it's a very, very powerful program if we can put it together in a slightly different way.
Thank you very much. Ms. Vogel, would you like to comment on this as well, and how you can see this being advantageous to Native CDFIs?
You know, honestly, we support all of the CDFI industry is great in that we all support one another. And I trust Frank and John in the work that they do with the advocacy. You know, as a person on the ground doing the work, it's nice to have the big brothers out there watching out for these things. And so we've been getting updates from them on passing this. So we definitely support the legislation that's been, advanced by you and Ranking Member Rounds. So we are looking forward to learning more from CRF and the CDFI Coalition about how we can better utilize the program. But longer term debt to match what's needed within our community, sounds like a win to me.
Thank you so much. Let me ask you, I'll stay with you, Ms. Vogel. Senator Rounds mentioned this, as did I, that he and I have introduced legislation to make permanent a program to expand access to mortgages in tribal communities. Our bill is based on a pilot that USDA has been conducting in South Dakota, in which they partner with Native CDFIs to make loans under the USDA's Section 502 mortgage lending program. And I know that you've been involved in this pilot program. Could you just talk a little bit with us about how the pilot program helped to serve the Cheyenne River Sioux, and what you see as the community benefit of this strategy?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, there haven't been any private mortgages on Cheyenne River Sioux Reservation for a very long time. If there are mortgages, it's wrapped into a small business loan or a ag loan or a personal loan. And so the USDA capital allowed us to develop a mortgage product for the market. And I hate to even say the word mortgage within my market because it spurred such a demand there, where we've had a pipeline of over, $18 million of demand for mortgage products. So the 502 product allowed us the longer term debt capital to begin serving the market and priming for home ownership. Without that, we wouldn't have been able to deploy the 42 mortgages that we've closed in the year and a half that we've been operating the product.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the partnership with Senator Rounds on this. And I think I'll turn to the questioning now to Senator Rounds.